Okay, so we're back, and we have 1/4 as our answer. So if we want to express our answer in as a decimal or a percentage, we would just convert that. So 1/4 expressed as a decimal would be 0.25, and as a percentage, it would be 25%. So we have a 25% chance, or 1/4 chance, of our coins, both of our coins, landing on heads, 2 heads. Okay? We can try a different problem. Okay, if we want to figure out what the probability of 3 coins landing on heads, we'll just simply multiply it. Okay, so we have a diagram. Okay, so heads, probability of 1 coin landing on heads would be 0.5, right? The probability of it landing on heads with 2 coins, we figure that out, is 0.25, or 25%. So we'll write 2 heads, 2 coins with heads. So we have 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 times 0.5, that equals 0.25. Okay, so the probability, or we can write it as a fraction, which would be 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/4. Okay, what's the probability of it landing on heads with 3 coins? We have 3 coins on heads. We can figure that out really easily. So we'll write 3 coins, heads, 0.5 times 0.5 times 0.5 equals 0.125. Okay, so the way we can convert that into fractions would be 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 equals 1/8. Okay, so we have 1/8 chance of it landing on heads with 3 coins. Okay, so it's pretty easy. The formula is to use. If we have heads and tails, and we want to do a combination with heads and tails, so what are the possible outcomes if the coin is flipped 2 times to get heads and tails combinations? So when we have heads and tails, that's on your worksheet. And then the next question would be what the probability is of flipping 1 head and 1 tail. There's going to be 4 possible outcomes and 2 favorable ones, heads and tails and heads and tails. Okay, so that would mean that your fraction would be 2/4, because we have heads and tails and heads and tails. Heads and tails and heads and tails. Okay, so we have 2 outcomes and that we're trying to, we have 2 events that we're trying to get to, and we have 4 possible outcomes, so we'll do that 2/4. But always remember that you want to reduce, so that would actually equal 1/2. Okay. And then also on your practice worksheet, we'll have you get into pairs, and you can figure out how to determine the number of outcomes for 4 flips, and how you come up and share what you got as your answer. So if you have any questions, come up and ask me. I'll be walking around. I also provided a worksheet, Powers of Probability. So if you need help with the probability and how to convert it, there's a friendly worksheet y'all can look at. So thank you very much, and I will see y'all later.